Alright. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of iCast, your freaking awesome replays. I have got something special for you today because our most recent challenge was the Proxy Everything challenge. We put out a challenge to the community. We said try and build as few buildings in your base as possible and send me your best attempts at it. See what you can do to your opponents on the ladder. And we got some wild submissions. I mean, I honestly, Eon Blue helps me look through those games and figure them out. I was like, dude, I have so many awesome, crazy games. I don't even know which ones can make the final cut. And I took a quick glimpse through them with him. I just literally fast forwarded it 8 times a few of these games. And I was immediately like, I don't even know what's going on here. But these look ridiculous. And I added a few to a short list. So you guys can expect not only this one today, but a few more other ones coming as well. Down here, of course, in the bottom left, getting Proxy Barracks. It looks like this is the victim of the challenge. This is the Cowboy. Doing a pretty standard hatchery first opening. And the Terran opponent, Pilia Borza, going for a Proxy 3 Barracks. Now, I got to say, not the most inventive way of proxying everything, but we'll see if this devolves into something a little bit more demented or confused than what we're looking at. Of course, for those who don't know, this is not a pro game we're casting in today's show. This is going to be average Joes on the ladder. They could be Bronze League, they could be Grandmaster League, we just don't know. I can always give you a little indicator. We can check out that APM tab. One player, the Terran, only 70. The Zerg at 170. Low diamond, maybe? High platinum? I don't know. 170 is very high. That's more of diamond APM. 75 is more of your low platinum, high gold APM. Who the heck knows where this lies? We'll find out as it goes on. The Zerg has not scouted this, has no idea about this bunker being built, just out of vision. Let's go to Cowboy's vision. And that hatchery is finished. It's technically visible on the minimap. We're on Cowboy's camera. I don't think he's noticed. Okay, he's noticed. The Cowboy has noticed. The Cowboy pulls the drone to the right side, sees immediately a bunker, 3 Marines, and already that bunker's almost finished. Let's go back to everyone's view here. And we can see a 4th barracks as well. So Pilia Borza is bringing out one of the most hated Terran vs Zerg cheeses, one of the most classic ones we've seen so many times over the years. He does go a bit far away, and he's not getting to the bunker. Pilia Borza, but wait, the drones just let him right past. Oh my god, Cowboy had a chance to surround that, doesn't quite get it. Oh, this is really bad. Get out of there, Cowboy, you can't break this bunker, it's getting repaired by 2 FCVs. A terrible fight for the Zerg. Cowboy, oh my god. That's game over, right? 14 drones! 14 drones. Okay, the Queen's gonna kill all these low hit point Marines. That's pretty cool. Oh, she keeps changing targets. Okay, she only gets 1 or 2 of them. But down 14 workers. It's 14 SCVs for the Terran, 5 for the Zerg. Unless this is some Florencio level of macro from the Terran, I don't see how the Terran can lose from here. The Zerglings do get 1 Marine, 2 Marines, but they are going to be going down to the bunker, trying to rebuild the drones one at a time. I mean, this is a disaster for the Zerg player. Now, Pilia Borza, I've got to say, there are some things that look good for the Zerg. The Terran rallying Marines into their death. The Terran player also building supply depots here, which doesn't really serve a purpose. You'd be a little bit better off, oh, I don't know, walling off your base. Hello? Just leaving it wide open. Hasn't made an orbital command center, isn't building any SCVs, and is going double gas. So the follow-up for the Terran player could best be described as drunk, and at worst, what the hell are you doing? This makes no sense. Unfortunately, Cowboy's still mining gas, which is obviously the least important thing, but Cowboy is droning up, and that's the most important thing. Cowboy is trying to recover that economy, and because Pilia Borza's follow-up apparently involves building extra bunkers behind the wall and now going 1 base factory siege. Oh, this is like your ultimate cheeser, guys. I always talk about cheeses. How do we describe cheeses? Cheeses are people who pick less optimal strategies that rely on their opponents being surprised and not knowing how to respond to them. There's often inherent gambles. You're relying on your opponent making mistakes, this sort of thing. And what do we see as a general habit is the players that pick these strategies exclusively are usually players who aren't really looking to get better at the game or learn how to play the game any better. They are there purely to just kill their opponent and get the victory screen. They're not there for, oh, I played a good game and I improved my execution. They're not there learning how to play better. They're not there learning how to have good close games. They want to take their opponent's ladder points and make their opponent feel bad. And I think Pilia Borza, from what I've seen, definitely fits in that category. 5 minutes in, finally remembers the orbital command center. Also is only mining 1 gas. For those who don't know, the workers can mine 3 at a time from the gases, but the first 2 are more efficient. That third one causes a bit of waiting time. As you can see, these SCVs each have to stop and wait for just a fraction of a second. So you'd be much better off spreading those across the other base. Now, the Zerg is totally dicked at this point. Wait, are they? Back on 20 workers, and the natural never actually went down. The Terran could have moved down here with some Marines and hit the hatchery. Never did that. And so the Zerg is actually able to go for some tech up here. He's got a drone. He's just sitting there with one drone mining gas, and is just waiting to get more gas. Finally puts more workers. And the exact same mistake from Cowboy. Put 2 on one, 1 on the other if you're only going to have 3 on gas. God damn. Anyways, tanks are building at the front. We've got a second factory as well. Pilia Borza is going to siege this down, and as bad as the economic follow-up was for the Terran, is giving time for the Zerg to get some mining up to rebuild that work account. The floating barracks, the unashamed pervert, is going to come into the base. He's going to say, "Hi, I'm shooting your hatchery, you dumbass Zerg, you dirty bugs, come out." But you can't come out, can you? Because this is fully walled off, 2 full bunkers, and the Zerg is realizing an exodus is on the order. That's right, a Nidus Worm's going up in the back. Now, a Nidus Worm, of course, can pop up and exit anywhere on the map where the Zerg has vision. It takes about 15 seconds to pop up. It has 300 hit points, and if it dies before it pops, of course, nothing happens. Now, if you've got units inside the canal itself, inside the network, the exit, and the entrance. So this is the entrance, this is the butt, and the exit is the mouth. And they look like that. So I'm not just being gross. People are like, Pig, why are you so gross with your commentary? Guys, hello? Tell me that ain't, yes, it's a toothy sphincter, but it's nonetheless a sphincter. Oh, I don't think it smells good. They're gonna climb inside those Zerglings, and at the same time, here we go, their head is just there, spitting some dirt up. Just kind of spitting some rocks up, and then he's gonna vomit these Zerglings, as you can see there, out into the base. Now, they don't even have link speed, but there's no wall off. There's nothing at home. Pilia Borza is completely undefended, is not even pulling the SCVs away right now. Literally 0 response. Pilia Borza is microing a barracks right now. I don't think the Terran even realized. The Terran drops the scan, kills some creep tumors. I don't think the Terran has even realized what's going on. Seriously, I'm going to the Terran's camera. The Terran is not looking at him. Has no idea. Lift your command center off, bro. Oh my god. Pilia Borza just lost their only command center and is now going to be revealed if they don't build a new one in the next 10 seconds. Oh my god. What a fail. The Zerg has also brought a drone out and has built a new hatchery on the other side of the map. So the Zerg is going to try and slowly rebuild that rather than fighting into this siege from Pilia Borza. So Borza's coming on forward and he's trying to take all this out. But yeah, there's still a base mining. There's only 3 SCVs. There's enough money for a command center. So technically, Pilia can rebuild here and very slowly regrow. But if the Zerg gets the drones out of here, that'll be just fine. And Pilia, the barracks is not in range, so they can't actually shell on this right now. Zerglings coming back home now with their Zergling speed. It's going to start working on this production on the rear end. Pilia Borza still does not know how to lift buildings, apparently. Guys, we are at peak skill level. And you know what? I got to look at this and say, was this even sent to me by Pilia Borza? Because you know what? Cowboy is, after the natural got taken, trying to build their buildings outside their base. So who knows? Maybe they played a game, they got cheesed, and then they realized it fit the challenge? I don't know. Or Pilia Borza. I mean, Pilia Borza only built 1 depot, 2 gases. So Pilia Borza's definitely followed the challenge way better at this point. I don't know who the heck sent me this replay. I never check. I don't like knowing because, let's be real, most people send in their victories, not their losses. Occasionally, they send in a really good game that's a loss, but it's pretty rare. As that queen, she just gets ripped apart. Oof. You can see a ribcage there inside her body. Spawning pool will fall as well, but check it out, guys. There is a spire, and he's building it on the creep of the Nidus Worm. Is going to unload these drones out to this base, and he's going to get on out of there. Now, only 17 drones did survive, but... oh, yeah, there's 5 more inside the Nidus Worm. That's fine. Okay, and 3 more. Going to hop in there as well. There we go. Okay, so all the drones will pop out. Should be able to take gas this here. He's going to try and go 1 base muter on the other side. Now, there's 29 Zerglings on the map. Versus 13 unupgraded Marines, a Marauder, 3 tanks, 2 Widow Mines. That's a better army for the Terran, but it's not very mobile. So also these Broodlings could do some good damage. Check this out. Whenever you kill a building that's not like an extractor, Broodlings will come out. They could do some good damage. And look, he's aware of it. He doesn't want to lose all of his units to that. But these Marines are going to have a hard time getting away. So Pilia Borza are very afraid. Now. Oh, run! The Widow Mine, friendly fire maybe? Looks like that Widow Mine was just barely not in range there. Good job by Borza. Doesn't take big damage, but meanwhile, Cowboy rebuilding on the other side of the map. Now, Borza is kind of just taking forever to deal with this, is not rebuilding SCVs right now with the little bit of minerals they have. And guess what? The first mutas are out. There's 2 mutas out on the field. The butt of the Nidus, the entrance does go down. The exit does still exist, of course, on the other side of the map, but it's useless now until another entrance is built. 18 drones mining that base. Another hatchery goes down. Cowboy's going to rebuild on the other side of the map. And Borza is like, okay, I'm going to make an orbital command center and drop some mules. Very high level play, guys. What can I say? Borza here being a right Chad with this push. But honestly, the power of just not having any follow-up other than taking 10 minutes to push in with biotech bunker. It definitely has its weak spots, doesn't it? Borza is gonna get taken out by mutas if they don't catch back up in that regard. And the Cowboy is like, hey, I'm gonna rebuild. And look at that. Oh my God, he scans, sees his own base being taken right now. And that's gonna, I think, light a fire under the Terran's ass. I think the Terran's gotta go. Yeah, look at this. He's unburrowing the Widow Mines. Borza's trying to get the army together now. You can tell Borza's a high level player because only about half of the army is on the control group. Oh, there we go. Actually has the whole army on number 2 now. He's gonna move across this map. The Zerglings looking to maybe intercept this, or they could run around and backstab, but of course, Cowboy doesn't have any information on where this army is. Cowboy's thinking about going for it, but does pull back and then thinks about it. No, the indecisive Zerg. Oh my God, Cowboy just cannot make up their mind. Finally, no. Oh my God, it's such a panicky Zerg. The Cowboy in such a hectic game is freaking out. It's gonna go for the full-on run by and try to break this wall down. Now, if you lose that, then you are in huge trouble. You're gonna be floating again. Borza is gonna pull the whole army on back, but a good quick pull on the repair SCVs there. Now, behind this, remember, Cowboy is macroing on up. But these Zerglings, every single one does get caught, and that means there's no army left. There's literally 2 mutas, 24 drones. I mean, this was a terrible set of trades here. And look, the building scouting the flanks, it's going to be heading straight towards the main. Spinecrawler is going to go down, but there's no queens. There's so little lava. We've got 2 mutas out, 4 more mutas on the way. The queens are on the way as well. Borza's pushing across the map. This army is basically it. This army has to win the game. It's a bunch of Marines, a couple of tanks, a Widow Mine as well. And the Mutalists. I mean, I think you're going to need at least about 8 or 9 mutas probably to beat this number of Marines, especially with Widow Mines in the mix. And remember, there's 2 of them. There's a Ready Point Widow Mine back there as well as this one. Borza, loving these siege units, is going to inch them forward little by little. Expect those tanks to siege up any moment now. That Spinecrawler does go down, as will that Overlord. The tanks here thinking about it. Oh, a Mutalisk already gets taken out by a Widow Mine. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Now, the Muta's going to try and fly away. The drones! Ooh, so many drones going down here. Borza says, lol, easy. Wait, what? Do you think you've got this in the bag, mate? There's 10 mutas out on this map. Borza, you cocky Terran player, telling the other player easy. Essentially saying, lol, you're so bad. This wasn't even hard. I mean, I've sat here with my 100 APM just kicking your ass. Unfortunately, though, the mutas are growing. They're still popping out of these bases. Most of the drones are gone, but the mutas are going for the base trade. And the Zerg running the drones away. He's realizing, okay, so the Zerg realizes, hey, if I lose all these buildings, I could be in big trouble. There's still a Nidus Worm. You got to kill that Nidus Worm as well. That counts as a structure. Remember, the win condition in StarCraft is to eliminate all of your opponent's buildings. You've got to kill every single one. Normally, players realize they can't win before that, but in this situation where both players have absolutely no economy, 0 workers for the Terran, only 5 for the Zerg, it's going to go the way of the base trade. Factory is floating there, another one here. So because Borza has these floating buildings that can follow his army, it's much harder to eliminate those. But Mutalisks are flying units. They can attack air and ground. They'll be able to focus them down if they can overpower the army. Now, the problem right now is that the Terran player is focusing down the last of the Zerg structures. So the Cowboy here, in big trouble, has just 3 drones left on this base, trying to desperately get more minerals, has gone and built an extractor down here, has a drone hidden there, a drone hidden over here, and a Nidus Worm. Now remember, why are you hiding drones and extractors? Extractors only cost 25 minerals, and yet they have 500 hit points. So they are one of the best value hit point tankiness for cost buildings that you can get. Now, the Cowboy could have killed this tech lab, but because that tech lab's still alive, even killing the factory will not win you the game right now. 11 mutas versus 12 Marines. The Marines, though, do not have upgrades or medevacs. And look at that, the Broodling's got a few more hits off. Every single hit is big here. Borza's Widow Mines. Whoa. Oh, look at that. Hits the factory and the bounce kills one of the Marines. The Cowboy dancing around with these Mutalisks, looking for the pickoffs. Just wants to try and, oh, gets another hit off. but one of those mutas deep in the red. Now remember, Mutalisks regenerate very fast. Check out the numbers over there, guys. It's going up. 40, 41, 42, 43 out of 120 hit points. But oh no! Oh, eats 2 Widow Mines, and 2 Mutalisks go down, but does get revenge, kills the 2 Widow Mines. So it's still 9 mutas versus 11 Marines, which is very good as long as you let these Mutalisks heal up. Of course, the scary thing, as always, is elimination. 1, 2 buildings remain for the Zerg. For the Terran, we've got the Tech Lab, and of course, those 2 factories around the map. The Zerg is going to look to stop this army in a head-on fight. Oh, could get a lot of damage on that factory right now, but being very cautious. Cowboy very afraid right now. He's going to build another extractor just to ensure that they can't be eliminated. Comes on in, gets a hit on the factory, and remember, the bounce damage. Did you see the bounce? Watch when the mutas attack. If there's a Terran unit close enough to the first thing they attack, the glaive will bounce to the next target. So hitting a big thing like the factory allows your mutas to actually attack from much further away than they'd otherwise be able to. The mutas are going to go up into the main base, clear up this factory. Terran is going to find those extractors eventually, though. There is 4 drones out on the map, though, and they've got enough money to do that. The factory falls. Terran down to just 2 structures right now. And that one does blow up. We've got the Marines, the tanks, a single Marauder in there. They're going to move down to the left side. The drones are splitting up so well here for Cowboy. Still one down there, as well as this extractor, the Nidus Worm that never got cleaned up. Honestly, if I was the Zerg, I'd go kill that Tech Lab. You can see it. Remember, everything is revealed in terms of buildings. Oh, the mutas go in. They get a Marine. Almost loses a Mutalisk for that. I think at this point, the mutas can just win the straight up fight though, guys. There's only 9 mutas left. He's going to split off the anti-ground units to try and clean up the last extractors, but the mutas are going to find this, and that means Pilia Borza is going to lose any chance of splitting off from the Marines and hunting down the extractors. The tanks are going to go down. Number 1, number 2, a Marauder and a 3rd tank all falling. And at this point, I think Pilia Borza might realize they may have spoken too early with their easy comment. Cowboy says, realizing that at this point it's time to just take a little bit of salt and sprinkle it across the open wound that is Pilia Borza's fragile ego. The Cowboy here bouncing around and looking to try and clump the mutas and just pick off a Marine and then pull out. Doesn't want to take any extra hits though. Trying to do it. You can see here, it's kind of funny. Oh my God, gets like 1 or 2 muta hits off, takes a few Marine hits. And Pilia Borza, I think at this point, it says leave you. Oh my God, I'm gonna imagine some homophobia, but is what I would guess is there, but you ask, leave you something. There is Pilia Borza is not happy. Cowboy is now laughing and taunting, says 1 more Marine down. Pilia Borza is not happy about that. You little shit, it's never gonna happen. You're never gonna kill these Marines, just leave. These are not upgraded Marines, you absolute nincompoop, Pilia Borza. These are literally unupgraded Marines. Look at that, the bounce off the factory onto the Marines. They're even weaker now. The Mutalisks regenerate. Fight like a real man, you pussy. Oh my God. Pilia Borza is really, really clutching at straws at this point. And the Cowboy is having the time of their life. Revenge. A dish best served cold. 16 minutes after your natural got bunkered and you lost 14 drones coming on in there. And the mutas, still 9 mutas. They pick off yet another Marine. Guys, there's only 5 Marines left. And the factory is burning right now. It is on fire. The muta's going to go pick off the Tech Lab. There's no way to repair that factory. Oh my Lord. Pilia Borza just being very unhappy and angry. And indeed, yeah, it was homophobic slurs the whole time. How did we guess? Pilia Borza, you can tell, is an absolutely premium grade human. Look at this. He doesn't even finish it. Cowboy could kill that and win. Cowboy says, I will let it burn. And he's just laughing. Don't shoot him, let him burn. I've been watching a lot of war movies recently, so that one hits home especially hard. Turns out, guys, the equivalent of being like a Nazi in internet video games is basically telling your opponent they were easy. And you know what? It does feel good, doesn't it? The Cowboy, all caps, may have actually become the evil bad guy by the end of that game. Laughing a little hard. But I gotta say, that's gonna feel so good. I would bet this game was somewhere around high gold league, maybe low plat league. Maybe? Yeah, I would say about plat 3 probably. Somewhere like that. And I gotta say, at that league, like the idea to just like calmly take a Nidus, pop it out, move your base, rebuild your tech, that's like really good poise under pressure, especially with bunkers there and a tank sieging you. Well bloody done, Cowboy. You made me very happy here. I feel like just a little bit of internet justice got served today. GG, well played.